Okay, AP scholars, here we go. We are talking about star out. Star out is one of the hardest questions that we have in our stuff. Hello. And we are coding back questions here in string two. my kids are wanting to be YouTube stars, I guess. Sorry for the noise. I hope you can hear me just fine. I don't think that'll be a problem. Anyways, we are taking a look at the star out, and we have a pretty tricky problem. We're going to be taking a look at looking for stars, and if we find a star, it's a string builder question, by the way. We're going to be sort of building a new string, but we don't want to include any characters that are around stars, including stars. So, for example, here our string builder wants to just return the A and the D. The star is going to, sort of explode and take out the next two characters with it, so to speak. If you have multiple stars in a row, then those stars need to go, but also so do the characters around it. So that one, we're going to move these two. Miles, you want to come in? Come on in. You can say hi.
Hi!
To my class. Okay, buddy. I got to finish this video, okay?
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Thanks, Miles. Okay. Let me just Oh, now Ryan wants to say hello. Hello, say hi to the AP scholars.
Hi. Hi, AP scholars. It's me again.
Okay. You guys gotta let me finish the video. This is a really hard question. Okay? They need some help. Thanks, boys. I'll be right out in a bit, okay? Bye.
I need this remote control.
Miles, Ryan, it's time to go. Thank you.
Turn it off.
All right. You can see some of the challenges of trying to teach from home. So I'm sorry that's taking some time there. Anyways, we got multiple. If you have multiple stars in a row, then that's gonna sort of explode all that whole area, and you only get the A and the D. Same, with just a single star, you want to remove those. And of course, we can't actually. You're not going to be removing stuff from the string, which is tempting to do, but we know that strings are immutable, so it's maybe not the best way to go about it. Instead, we're going to build a string, and we're going to look for stars and try to avoid it. But it's so hard because you got to look ahead. You got to look ahead to see if the star's coming. So it's kind of tricky. So here's my answer, and I bet there's a more efficient way. If you look at this and you're like, actually, I got mine in one loop. That's totally great, and I'm glad you did it, and that's fantastic. And I encourage you to go and if you wish, don't take this as a challenge. Don't. Maybe I shouldn't even say it, but there maybe is a better way to do it, or a more single purpose way. But I chose to break it up and not really go for that goal because I think my longer answer sort of is better for explaining the solution. And if you can find a single purpose solution, that's great, but I wouldn't necessarily choose to do so. Miles, you gotta let me finish the video, okay? Oh, that's fine. Yeah, you can go get something out of there. Okay. And close the door, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so here's my here's my string builder. Of course, string builders always start with you making an answer string that's null. Or no, sorry, null. The literal empty string, and then you return at the end. And here's what I do. So first of all, I deal with tiny strings. So strings that are length less than 3. If it's 2 or less, and there's any star inside of it, then it's just you're not going to have anything left. You're just going to eliminate it. Otherwise, there's no stars. So you just return it like nothing got removed. So I can just immediately return that. I don't even have to put it deal with answer. In fact, I really would not want to deal with answer because one of the reasons I'm doing this returning here is so that I don't go into the loop. I don't want to have a string that is less than 3 characters long enter this loop because this loop is going to assume that it's going to be 3 or longer so that I can do particular things. So I just immediately return that or that, if depending on the situation. So once I get to this loop, ooh, it's an ugly one. I'm going to I'll be able to safely assume that there's at least 3 characters. And so what I'm doing is I'm grabbing 2 characters at a time, and I'm going to go, of course, then to string.length minus 1. So I'm not going to go all the way beyond the end. I'm going to go stop when I get to the second last character, which allows me to grab 2 characters at a time. And then I'm going to get the first character and the second character out of the substring. And then, let's see. I guess I'm kind of second guessing if there's more. This was actually that efficient at all. Uh, I don't actually think I need. Oh yeah, I do use sub here. I guess this isn't super. Anyways, I'll stop second guessing myself. So yeah, so I get two characters at a time, and this is the first one, and this is the second one, and this is what I'm doing here. I'll zoom up to the top. There we go. I'm grabbing sort of these two characters at a time, and then I'm grabbing these two characters at a time, and then I'm grabbing these two. So what I do if I grab two characters, and neither of them contains a star. So if those two characters, I have a not here. So basically it says this does not contain. Contains and then a not in front of it. It's like, so if this does not, these two characters do not contain a star, then I can safely add the first character. So if I was, I can't scroll. There we go. So for example, when I take a look at AB, I see there's no stars in there, so I can safely add the A. And then I move forward by one, so I take a look at these two characters. And if there's a star in there, then I don't add the characters. But it depends on whether it's the second character or the first character of the star. That's a little bit different. So let's take a look at those examples. So that's the easy one. If there was no star, I just add on the first character, and then the I++ will move me forward. If there is a star, then I will check to see if the first character is a star. If the first character is a star, I can, and I guess the second character is not a star, then I can actually skip ahead two. So I do an I++, which also added with this I++ will move me forward two. So the first one's a star, and the second one's a star. I jump ahead two. Otherwise, I don't really even need this else. This is just here for the comment, for helping people to learn from this. So if that's not true, I don't do anything, and then the I++ will skip me ahead to the next one. So why is that? Well, let's look at that example. So when I have the B and the star is the second one. I want to move ahead by one to take a look at this next group here. And that's because, maybe I'll find more stars, so I kind of want to move ahead one by one. It's sort of like this situation. I want to go here. I don't want to jump ahead two and then get like no stars, right? If the second star, second character of this two group is a star, I need to move ahead by one to look for additional stars. And same here, like the second one's a star, so I need to move ahead by one. But once I find that it's the first character and not the second, that's the end of my line of stars. So I can actually jump ahead two and go beyond there. I can go to the next one, right? So that's sort of the plan for what I'm doing. So that's why I have two different things. Now you'll notice though that means that I don't actually deal with the. Not sure what happened there. I'm not sure how to deal with the last character because, like for example, this one I jump ahead too, but now I'm out of bounds, or at least I'm at the end of what my loop has as its sort of termination condition. So I actually have a separate thing to deal with the last character, and that is just a if statement at the end of the loop where I check the last two characters for stars, and then if there's no star in the last two, then I can add on that last character. And that way I sort of deal with that problem separately. I didn't want to deal with that in my loop. It makes the loop too complicated, at least for my brain. And as I said, there are ways to probably solve that in one giant loop, one sweet, sweet loop. But I don't think that's necessarily a better solution. In fact, this one I think is more readable in some ways. So you're sort of dealing with the last two characters outside the loop. To keep this loop, it's already pretty complicated, but to keep it as simple as it can be. So I kind of decide, do I add on the last two characters or not? So there you go. And honestly, this solution sort of, built it as I went. These are my edge cases. I discovered those edge cases while I was programming it. And then this general case formula was working, except for it wouldn't deal with the last two characters. So instead of trying to make my loop more complicated, I just put some code on the end and made it deal with it. So, that was just my way of doing it. So there's starOut. Woo! starOut's a hard one. I'm gonna go hang out with my kids for a while. I think they need some attention, and I'm gonna come back and show you some more videos coming up soon. Okay? Thanks, everybody. Bye.